Good morning and welcome. Thank you for joining me here today. If you found yourself here, then maybe a message for your healing journey, soul's evolution, transformation, or simply information. Today, I would like to talk a little bit about life's journey and the many, many, many conversations that we have with people, places, and things. So, each conversation, it could be either blissful or sacred or not at all, right? Sometimes conversations are just conversations about life to teach us something. And maybe we have reflection. Even those conversations we wish to avoid have to happen, such as end of life celebrations and or tough things in life for growth, right? Spiritual and or personal, which is sometimes not the same, right? Every interaction, no matter how ordinary or bizarre, has a potential to teach us value in life. Value is the word for the week, I think. Also, amazing or interesting, my favorite words to encompass everything. Imagine viewing your life through the same lens as the person receiving or giving the information. What do you take in? What is tangible, real, and what is authentic, and what's not? Every challenge in life, there's not a triumph, right? And the lens is different and depends on when we hear or see or feel the message or understand it. Some things are timeless. You could hear something 10 years ago and it doesn't mean anything, but maybe you hear it as you've grown and it means something different. So recognizing conversations in life and the events and the integral parts are unique to your journey. Maybe we can begin to grasp the purpose of it, eventually living with intention, staying true to our path and our growth, shifting the focus from what should have, could have, would have been to what is the now and what have we grown into, or what aspects of that do we need to grow into, or what do we need to dissipate that doesn't matter. So be present, right, in the moment and truly live. And what is life? Well, it's growing, right? We reflect on what was and what we've learned, or maybe what we wish we wouldn't have learned. But there's some growth to that. You've learned something. Pay attention to conversations and who enters your life and how and why they ebb and flow. And maybe it's devastating trauma that you can grow from once you're away from it and unpack the trauma, right? The betrayal, the hurts, the shame, fear, grief, or maybe it's somebody that's passed away, your parents, and maybe they're learning and growing and evolving on the other side, wherever they're going. That means you need to too let go of that hurt, pain, and understand the higher picture of everything. And maybe they've learned a lot of things and you have too, because that's life. Life is about learning important lessons. So the mundane chats or discussions you have with people, or maybe there's a lot of laughter and funny life events that happen that are sequential. I have conversations with my kids that are profoundly interesting. Never thought I'd have some of them, but they're open to it or they bring it up. So be open. And maybe you can table a conversation for those things that don't matter, or you want to think about it because you're not sure how you feel about it. Or maybe you don't know how to say things because you don't want to hurt others, but it's the truth. So the truth is always the truth. You can say what you mean without saying it mean, but be authentic, right? And that's what matters. Life. Have people in your life that matter. Reflect on how to capitalize on your joy, your happiness, your abundance, and be real. And identify what brings you purpose to each day, and not chaos, disharmony, disruption to life. Reflect on whether you're pursuing your own dreams or living up to somebody else's. I know as children, we sometimes will never live up to what our parents wanted us to be. They're very specific. and you try, but it's not really in your wheelhouse. It's just you could do it, no problem. But is it what you should want to do for yourself? Is it their dream that they're living out through you, or is it something they never accomplished and they're mad about it? And so maybe they want to see you excel in that area, but it just doesn't fit. And maybe somewhere along the line you have done that, along with other things to fulfill yourself. If you want to write a book, if you have that going on, or you want to be an artist, you're a musician, but you have a main career, great, you're fulfilling some dream. But if you have a job that you hate and you despise the people you work with, it doesn't make you happy. That is not a quality of life. Maybe it's you've outgrown things and you need to move on. I know a lot of people that stay in jobs, right? Old schoolers just pick a job, you stick with it, and then you retire. Well, sometimes that's not life anymore because we grow and evolve and we move on from different things. We've learned those lessons and we part peacefully. Isn't that the new age thing? Let's part peacefully. We'll have things in place so you can do that. When you can't do that, is because people want something from you and they can't let you go because they're capitalizing on something you have. They don't want you per se, it's what you bring to the table, right? And how awful is that to live like that? Is that love? No wavering, unconditional? Or is it conditional? Control, abuse, neglect, betrayal. Those are hurtful things. So today, let's take a look at our lives and review what matters, things that matter, people and places and things that make you feel good. They don't want anything in return other than the same. Bring love and light to your life. Make sure you're on the up and up and bring something to somebody's life so it can be abundance, peaceful, ebb and flow of joy, harmony, love. Love is the highest form of healing, right? Everybody deserves it, but not a lot of people line up for it because they're afraid of being hurt or maybe they have never had it. Well, I know the feeling of unconditional love because my grandparents displayed that perfectly to me as a child their whole lives. Beautiful. They danced together, music was important, homemade meals and conversations. Beautiful. Maybe they didn't have a lot in the bank, but they enjoyed life together. And yes, they literally danced through life together in harmony. Watching people dance is a beautiful thing, whether they're actual partners or not. But I've seen a lot of people dance together, and it's precious. You can't buy that, and it brings harmony. And when I think about them and their 50th anniversary, they had a dance after church, and everybody was happy. Everybody was dancing. It was beautiful. I don't know how many people share that 50-year anniversary anymore. I really don't. But when you can see that and you remember that as a child, like at shower dances and weddings and things where people dance, they actually had fun, laughter. I remember dancing with my dad. He could tear it up. And he had a wild style with a lot of different things, but a country man that was simple. And studying dancing and watching that art form is beautiful. It's such a beautiful thing because you have to trust your partner, right? In the dance of life. And if you can't partner in that dance of life with your sacred energy and your heart space, it's difficult. So I hope everybody opens their heart to a partner who can dance in life and share their life with. It's important to dissipate what's no longer serving. Even if you have animals, they love their owners. They take them for a walk. You watch animals at the park, they love it. You can see the heart space expanding between owner and animals, right? Children that are just so peacefully giving love, receiving love, and then those that don't. So let's open our heart space today, forgive what needs to be forgiven, release what no longer serves, and find somebody to dance through life with because life is short and it matters. So I hope this helps today. Remember to take care of you because you matter. And so it is. Namaste.